Hey guys, welcome back to Piece TCG. Today's video, I want to talk to you about a subject that is near and dear to my heart, and that is scalpers. Scalpers suck. Everything good about hobby, we love hobbies. Everyone has hobbies. And sometimes less than desirable people try to infiltrate the hobby in order to make a quick buck. Because God forbid, doing something, what's the term I'm looking for here? Doing something that is going to better your community and yourself, God forbid you do that. You just, scalp trading cards or sneakers or video games or gaming consoles, even promotional cups. It's crazy. I've seen it all. But what I'm getting at here is that the scalpers have been a problem in TCG markets for a while, primarily in the Pokemon sector for the last year or two, on and off, on and off for the last 6 years. But most recently, in the last couple months, we've seen an increase in the One Piece card game, specifically with a brand new set that did drop recently, the Azure C7. And I was super excited for this set. I am a One Piece player as well, besides Dragon Ball. But what I'm getting at is normally, most people wait about a week or two after the product officially drops, because usually at that point, singles are quite a bit cheaper, because people obviously are waiting for the pre-release prices to drop. And once there's enough product in circulation, boom, all of a sudden your singles have dropped by half, and you're able to buy the cards you want. Not anymore. Unfortunately, we are now in a situation where, because Pokemon scalpers have moved over to One Piece, because they're not making the money on Pokemon anymore, because people are just tired of it. And so people aren't buying the prices on the secondhand market. They're not buying scalper pricing. So what are scalpers gonna do? They're gonna move on over to the next card game to try and squeeze as much profit out of those players and that player base as possible. Now, unfortunately, like I said, this is the first one. This is the first set that's been released since that. And as you can see here, prices have not only have not gone down, if I can say that right. Prices have gone up for a lot of product. A lot of these very rare special cards. And I'm not saying that cards shouldn't have value. I agree, cards should have value, but not to this extent. As you can see here, the top the top 5 cards up here are all over $1,000. This is just insane. And we all know why that is. There's less product in circulation because a lot of people are not opening the product they buy. They are trying to sell sealed product for 2 to 5 times the price. And I mean that, 2 to 5 times the price. The lowest prices I've seen is double. The highest price I saw was 5 times. It's insane to me. Now, I'm not saying cards shouldn't have value, like I said. But, for example, this Bubble Zoro card's beautiful. I've seen it in person. One of the guys at Locals pulled it. This card was around $600 10 days ago. It's now, the lowest listing is $1,000. Is it selling for that much? Yes. $1,300 was the near mint last sold price. Insane to me. Boa, this is obviously, it's got the waifu tax. Boa is one of the big waifus of One Piece. And this leader, when it first dropped, was about $200. It went up to almost $270, dropped down to about $226. Now it's back up to $260. Lowest listing at $255. And is it selling? Yep, it certainly is selling. So yeah, One Piece right now, this set is holding extreme value. And yeah, it sucks because I got 1 box of this set. My friend opened up another box and we traded cards between each other, but I did still have to buy singles from another friend of ours to, complete the decks that I wanted to play. instead of just buying packs, which, you know, I like to open packs. Who doesn't like to open product? But this is just insane. When cards have this high of price and you can't get sealed product for, you know, the real, for MSRP or any type of relatively fair price, it doesn't feel good. It really doesn't. You have, you know, people sitting on stacks of illustration boxes and booster boxes, blisters, selling blisters for $12 a pack, or sometimes even $15 a pack, is insane to me. Because unless you pull one of the cards on the first page, or I guess hell, even the second page here, like, it really isn't worth it. Like SRs, this is a standard super rare card, and it's being sold for $20 a pop. To play this Boa Leader, you have to have 4 copies of this. So you're dropping $80 bare minimum on a playset of 1 card. Mihawk, another secret rare you typically run 3 to 4 copies of in the deck. This is $15 a pop. Oh, this one's only selling 2 copies. And then, like, not everyone is selling like a full playset. It's just like one or two, so you have to buy from multiple people. Unless you're this guy here, the bottom, Crazy Nick's got 20 copies of this card. Holy crap. But yeah, 3 to 4 copies, that's $45 to $60 for 1 playset of cards. And then you have to, you know, buy your other cards. It's a lot. It is a lot for, and then, like, yes, another super rare, $6. That's, you know, for a full playset, that's $24 right there. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. Like, prices, like I said, cards should have value, but, you know, super rares should be like around like $3 to $5 a copy, not like $20. That's crazy. But we're gonna move on over to the next set for Dragon Ball, the last set that was released for Dragon Ball Super Masters. Now, why am I jumping over here? Because not only recently has One Piece seen an explosion of prices, and like a huge value has now been infused into the game. Masters is kind of going through the same thing right now. Now, you can say Masters is a little bit more pricey because there's less product of it being printed. Like, I don't find Masters product in the wild anymore. Like, I don't find blisters at Target or Walmart. It's gone. I only can get product through singles online, or when my brother's locals up in Minnesota, he does get product, so he does send me some, but it's mostly just singles. So this, you know, it's crazy. This set has been out for a couple weeks now, and the prices are still really up there. The secret rare, oh my god, this secret rare card, I'm glad I bought it for $180. Still a lot of money for a secret rare copy. I mean, yeah, sure, you only run 1 copy in the deck, but yeah, lowest listing is about $200. It is going down, but it's still holding pretty decent value. This card I also picked up for about $85. 115 is the lowest listing. This at a high of 120. It went down to 110 and is now on the way back up. But yeah, I mean, like, hell, boxes, $95 a box. That's about around MSRP, maybe like $10 to $15 less than MSRP, which is crazy how the boxes have dropped, but the product is still holding very good value, especially if you can pull any one of these special alt art cards on the first page. The cards look great too. Oh my goodness. Let's see, special, oh, that's an SPR still, okay. So let's see, super rare, $4. This is a rare card for market price $4.50. That's kind of nuts. I didn't get to open a box of this set, which I really wish I could have. There's a store locally that actually did get a couple boxes in, but they're selling them for $120 a box, and it's just not worth selling, not buying for $120. Like, no, thank you. But yeah, we've seen some increase in the Masters market for Dragon Ball as well. But let's talk about Fusion World, because I know that's why you're mainly here. Going over some of the overall products on TCG Player right now. There is an increase in pricing. Like, as you can tell here, some of these numbers are getting astronomically big, and that's just all of a sudden. Now, this was happening a couple days before the 40th anniversary announcement, so I can't say this is entirely because of that, because it was happening prior, but it also could have been from the hype. You know, everyone's getting excited for what Dragon Ball is going to, you know, be doing this year, and it could have been building on the hype. But hell, a case of Manga Booster 1, the lowest listing is $5,000. $5,000. This was going for $1,600 back in October, November. Same thing with December, and just it's been on the climb, specifically this month. And are they selling for that much? The last one sold on the 20th of December for about $2,200, a little over $2,100. So they're not selling for this price. These, I genuinely believe these are people trying to jump. These are scalpers jumping into the Fusion World market, trying to, you know, pump up the market and scalp cards as well. Now, I've noticed lately that there has been less Fusion World product on the shelves. Whenever I go to Target or Walmart or, you know, every store that typically sells Fusion World, I'm noticing there's less of it. Some stores are completely sold out, which is crazy because my locals is dead. Everyone in my city that used to play this game no longer plays this game, no longer collects it. So where is all this product going? Who is buying it all? Because it's not players. I mean, sure, there's collectors, and I can't say that, you know, oh, collectors should stay out of the game, because collectors should absolutely buy the cards if you're wanting to collect. But like, prices jumping up like this, like Manga Booster 2, you know, was $2,000, dropped down pretty low, no sold listings for a while. Then it was like 1,600, going down to 1,000, less than 1,000. Now it's progressively going back up, with the lowest listing being $2,700, which is insane to me. Here we go. Cereal Gokus, $2,000. Now I know this is like the first Cereal Goku, so I can understand this being very expensive, but like $700 back in November, still in the 700s in December, still 700s in January, and now the lowest listing is $2,000. And the highest sold listing was 1,000. So double, the last sold listing is half the price of the currently, you know, posted listing. As you can tell here, like, cases are going back up in price. A new adventure box is $2,000 for a case. $2,000 for Wish for Shenron. $1,800 for Rivals Clash. $2,600 for Awakened Pulse. Dual Evolution, the brand new set releasing, is priced at almost $1,800 for a case. Almost 1,000 for Blazing Aura. $700 for Ultra Limit. And then you can see some of the big hitter cards here. You know, the manga, the Double Star Secret Rare from Manga Booster 2 is almost $2,500. This, when it released, was almost $600, and it's progressively was going down, only to all of a sudden see this huge influx. The last sold listing was yesterday at $800, and now it's up to $2,500. As you can see here, these aren't normal. This isn't normal growth. This is absolutely inflated growth. Now, I want the Fusion market to get better, because for a while, Fusion World cards were damn cheap. They're incredibly cheap. But this just, what, $35,000? NYZ Fighters, are you kidding? Look at this. They're posting this card for $35,000. The double secret rare from set 5? Yeah, what are you smoking something? There's no way this card is not worth $35,000. You know, like, there are currently no listings for this particular double star. So someone's buying out, there are people buying out the rarest cards in Fusion World, and they are reposting them for ridiculous prices. I had this Gohan. I pulled this Gohan on camera. This is not a $2,500 card. There's only one listing for $2,500. The last official sold listing was back on the 11th, so over 2 weeks ago, for $500. Now, I want growth. I would like there to be growth in Fusion World's value. But as you can tell, look at this. 420.69. 67, 67, 420, 68. these are joke numbers. These are jokes that people are posting to like, you know, it's a meme. A booster box of Manga Booster 1 for $4.50. The last sold listing was today for $4.50. So, okay, this might, I mean, yeah, Manga Booster is no longer in print. My Locals is selling these boxes still for $100. I was so tempted to buy one yesterday, but at the same time, I don't need to drop $100 on a set that I already pulled a lot of the stuff I want. And at this point, I really would just be looking for hits, which is not the healthiest thing to do if you don't really need to drop $100. Part of me also, yeah, like the little gremlin brain in me was like, I could buy this for $100. I could sell it for $300. But I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a scalper. I don't want to be a cringe lord like that. I want people to play the game and enjoy the game. The double star Frieza, $1,500. Piss off. Like, that is not the value. God Rares should have great value. God Rares should be on the tier of manga. I agree. So, like, I am okay with this, but at the same time, I'm not. 500 was the last sold listing for this card. It is now up to 1,000. Jesus. Like, wow. A box of this is now 200. It's crazy how I just opened all of my sealed boxes because I was like, they're not gaining value. They're all going down in price. So I might as well just open them and see what I get. If I had held on to my boxes, oh my God, yeah, now the boxes are going up in price. It's crazy. Now the boxes are going up after I open them. You know, gold markers are all going up in price because they're highly collectible, I get it. And now that we're going to be introduced to Key, which is a new mechanic for set 9, you know, there's more reason to use your energy markers, so that's cool. Maybe that has something to do with it. Specifically going over the new set, though, the latest set, Saiyan's Pride. Prices have been holding pretty well over the last, you know, it's been out for a month or two at this point. Has it been about a month or so? Yeah, since the set came out. Gohan is still the listed highest price leader, but the market price highest leader is Broly, which is really weird because Broly hasn't been doing anything crazy in the meta. Gohan has. So I don't understand why Gohan's less than Broly, but also the listing is higher for Gohan. So, you know, I'm glad I pulled this one. Boxes for Saiyan's Pride have dropped to about $75 as the cheapest sold listing, and there's a whole lot of listings for around the $80 to $85 range. So the boxes are going down, but the cards are holding pretty good value, with a lot of this alternate art leaders being around at least $40. Except Turles. Except Turles. Let's see, I just got my Son Goku Jr. leader. I just bought it for $33 the other day, so pretty happy about that. Gonna get that in the mail. The increased price of the double star secret rare here up to $900 when this card at launch was $345. So like God rares, fine. They can be expensive. They're incredibly hard to pull. That I'm okay with. But reasonable numbers here, people. That's just what I'm saying. And this is more of a ranting video. Last sold listing was like $405, now up to $900. So there was a buyout, and now people are reselling them for like double the price. This is market manipulation, though. It hands down is market manipulation. And who knows? This could also just be. This could also be from the new influx of hype around a few Dragon Ball Super for this year after the announcements. But this does appear to be more market manipulation than, you know, real growth. This secret rares, you need like 3 to 4 copies of secret rares for a lot of decks, and them being like $20 is kind of rough. But I get it. Nope, I'm not doing a survey. But I think that'll do it for this video, guys. What I'm saying is that scalpers and market influencers, or I think that's the right term, are just, they appear to have gone into the Dragon Ball card market. They are starting to impact the prices of a lot of cards here. And what happens is typically people will buy out a card, and then they will repost those same cards for double the price because they want to flip them, essentially. They bought them low, selling them high. And if enough people do it, then all the cheap listings for cards will disappear, and then all you will have left are the more expensive cards. Like I sold my gold Goku and Vegeta cards from the first pre-release for, I think it was 120 for the pair. This card alone is now going for $2,500 because it is a single listing. There have been buyouts. 185 was the high. It was the highest sold listing, and so $180 and now up to 25. You're crazy. You are absolutely crazy. You know, like $200 for the Ultimate Battle Vegeta, $350 for the Championship promo Bardock, you know, the top 8. You know, like I get it. Those are like regional cards that aren't going to be really out anymore. Like you can't earn them specifically, but still, they are incredibly overpriced. Some older leaders are kind of going up in value there. I actually pulled 2 copies of this Golden Energy Marker. It's up to $50. Selling for about $50. Okay, so I mean, it's progressively staying good. Piccolo leader, $80. Holy crap. I pull this. Now this is, cheapest listing is $220. So yeah, it's, you can tell, cheapest sold listing was last couple days been selling for $70, $55, $85, $85, $90. There's been a lot of buyouts, and now the prices are astronomically higher. Could this be normal? You know, there is a chance. There is a slight chance this could just be normal, like, hype for the game, but this just doesn't look right. This doesn't feel right, and I just worry that with this next set, you know, set 9. Oh yeah, hold on. This card being $63 is absolutely a crime. This is a great card, don't get me wrong, but the fact that you need to play 4 copies of this card in Piccolo Superhero, when the cheapest listing is now $63 for a single copy, and you need to buy like 4, so you're buying out all these listings, 70, 68. That is over $200 for a playset of this card. So good luck playing Piccolo Superhero or even Beast Gohan next set with this secret rare now being over $60. This is insane. This card should not be that expensive. Holy crap. That just prevents people from being able to play the deck. Some people will just straight up not be able to play certain decks because they can't afford it. This is a base secret rare. This is not an alt art. This is a base secret rare. I don't know. I'm sorry. Like I said, this is more of a venting type video. I'm worried that with set 9 coming up, people are going to be scalpers are going to try to scalp the set because the set, it looks gorgeous. The set looks amazing. Here, you know what? Let's you know, put me back here. The set looks great. There's so many great cards in it. The power creep in the set is real. The alt art cards, the god rares, the 2-star leaders. You know, I'm so excited for this. But because there's so much hype around that set, it's going to get the attention of scalpers, and they are going to try to buy out this set. And then you are going to see cards that have you're going to see decks or like boxes that are like 2 to 3 times the price. And then no one is going to be able to, if people can't get their hands on product, then they're not going to play the set. They're not going to play the game because they can't play the new decks. There's going to be less turnout for events for a little while, and Bandai needs to overprint the hell out of their games. Dragon Ball, One Piece, like they need to deflate the market by infusing just a huge amount of product. Because if they don't, I'm worried that we are not going to be able to find cards, and then singles are just going to be an even higher price, which certain decks require multiple secret rares to run, which is kind of crazy. which I get it, they're secret rares, but like, I don't know. Like I said, this is a ranting video. I'm worried. I'm worried that things are going to get a little rough in the card market because everyone's just trying to make a quick buck. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you a little worried about the possibility of scalpers and inflated pricing? Or are you a collector and you're incredibly happy and you're going to sell off your entire collection? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hype up the video to get this message out to the Fusion World community. And why not subscribe, as we're on our way to 3,000 subs. And I would appreciate any and all support you guys are willing to give. Until the next video, take care.